Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, though? It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. How is everybody doing this Wednesday? Good to see you guys here in the chat. And yes, it is an awesome thing having Dan Skipper back on the coaching staff as the assistant O-line coach to Hank Fraley. Because we've talked about this for 2 seasons. How long will Hank Fraley remain our offensive line coach? So this is a huge move. I think it's great. He gets to learn behind Hank Fraley to try and keep this zone blocking scheme that he's been a part of his entire career. I think it's a brilliant move. Also to help with the development of whoever we get in the draft to continue the excellence at swing tackle specifically. I think he's going to help mold Manu a little better so he ends up being a valid backup, somebody that we may be able to keep on the roster. Everybody says he's not been good, but he actually didn't do bad as the swing tackle when he was in. He just didn't do good there. Yes, the jock tax. The jock tax is not in 4 states. Well, 4 states and 1 province. It's not in Florida. It's not in Washington, the state. It's not in Texas, and it's also not in D.C. Also, Florida and Tennessee, and I believe Washington has no state income tax. So that's why a lot of teams, a lot of players tend to re-sign in those particular teams. If you think about it, Seattle, Jacksonville, Miami, Tampa, that's why they're free agent destinations. Oh, allergies are hitting you today. Get some Claritin, brother, if it helps. That's what I use. Yep. Michigan Wolverines basketball, men and women's, is rolling. It is good to see MDE, RBF, Dwayne Keene, all of you. Thank you for being here. Prayers up, Nick. I hope it gets better for you. Also, let's talk about playoff droughts. When you talk about playoff droughts, the oldest one is the Jets. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2015. The Falcons haven't been in the playoffs since 2018. There are 2 teams with 5 years. Let me get that list up again. Because I know it's been since 2015 for the Jets. Yep. Or 2010, 15 straight seasons, 8 seasons for the Falcons, 5 seasons for the Colts and the Saints, Arizona Cardinals, Las Vegas Raiders, Tennessee Titans, and Miami, 4 seasons. Lions hard court. No. I don't know who you are by that one. Who am I speaking with here? Yesterday, Justin Verlander signed with the Tigers for a 1-year, $13 million contract, which gives them one of the best rotations in baseball, and that's without Jackson Jobe being healthy yet. Reese Olson won't be back all this season. Yes, we got some suspensions that's probably going to be levied on Duran and Stu, and ah, uh, get a hold of me by email. It is smoking Jeremy B at gmail.com. Let me get you my thing here. We also saw the biggest defensive lineman in years actually get. Oh, who's popping in? Oh, what's up, though? It's Ken the Bear fan. Let me
Yeah,
get James's view.
I'm just checking something.
Oh, okay.
I'm checking the X issue. That's why my cam's off here. I'll turn it on for you for a minute. Oops, wrong
Yep.
button. For whatever reason, the last 2 days, things are not posting directly to X like they normally would. I just shared you to Honolulu Blue, the Lions community on X. I had to go around an unconventional way to do so. But that's
Okay.
why I think you're gonna notice for like Rob and I, you'll notice lower numbers. The
Yeah, there was no views
last show
yesterday.
that posted correctly was your Monday show.
Right.
Since then, nothing's posted correctly, so they're having an issue on that.
So yeah,
Weird. So yeah, I was just coming in to check. How you been doing, man?
Jeremy, good. Lions Hardcore, get a hold of me at smokingjeremyb at gmail.com. I have no problem with that. We can do a collab every now and then. I would love to do that, especially with what I got going on personally as a writer, because I write for 3 teams. I'm getting credentialed. I get to go to the combine. They're working on my credentials for the draft. So I might be at the draft in Pittsburgh as well, which is huge to me because I love being at the draft in 2024. And I said my next goal was to get to the combine, because if I get to the combine and the draft at the same year, that's going to open it up to easier things later on. And with covering 3 teams, that gives me a little broader spectrum than a lot of writers.
Well, and doing these podcasts with all these fans from different people from different teams does as well. You do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a cool thing. Like when we do the morning show or we do the open mic on Tuesdays, which I missed yesterday, or we do your roundtable, we get such a swath across teams that we are so much more informed on what, say, the Packers are doing than we normally would be.
Well, hello, Paul. Good to see you in the chat. But Dan Skipper's back as an assistant O-line coach. That's huge news. I think it's very good for the future of the Lions. You can say what you want, but I
liked it.
I think it was
awesome.
it's a very brilliant move, because we've been talking for the last 3 years. What happens when Hank Fraley goes somewhere else or takes an offensive line or offensive coordinator position somewhere else? This prepares us to keep that type of continuity in-house.
Well,
Do you
not only
agree with
that,
that,
but you
Ken?
take a player that played for your organization for a long time with a lot of success, and the guys obviously are familiar. The hardest part for him is going to be transitioning from being one of the guys to being the coach. That's the hard part. But the other good piece of that is he's got built-in respect already from those guys. So when he tells them, guys, look, this is what you got to do, he doesn't have to earn the respect nearly as much. He's already got it. But there are some negatives that go with it. But I think it's a great move, not only from the organizational standpoint, keeping one of their own and bringing them into the coaching realm. And not only for what you said because of continuity, but it's just cool to see a player that when he retires, not just like giving back to the next generation of players. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I talked about the former Lions player that passed away yesterday, Tracy Scroggins, number 97, 10-year vet, appeared in 5 playoff teams for Detroit in the 90s, a teammate of Barry Sanders and Chris Spielman and Herman Moore and all of those greats for the Lions. It's a shame. He was battling with CTE since 2016. He was a part of the class action lawsuit against the NFL that got the money for people that suffer from CTE, and he lost his battle because full-blown dementia. Yes, and Ken does have a pussy in front of him.
I mean, like, I'm looking at Maui. I'm like, dude, really? Maui's like, I don't care. This is my room. I just let you enjoy it.
Right.
This is my domain.
Well, that's because cats don't need us. We need them.
No, we're dude. My man wing is his. He just allows
Right.
me to put stuff in it. Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about you. Now he's looking at me like, you better not be talking about me, human. I'm gonna come put my butt in your face again.
Yeah. He puts his butt right in front of the camera and just stops you. He's like, hey.
Look, he's trying to figure this out now. He's like, but I want love and attention.
But listen to these playoff droughts. You got 15 years for the Jets since 2010. They have not been in the playoffs. Atlanta Falcons since 2018 in the debacle that they had that year. Indianapolis Colts, 5 seasons. New Orleans Saints, 5 seasons. Arizona Cardinals, no surprise, 4 seasons. Raiders, 4 seasons ever since they got rid of Derek Carr. Tennessee Titans. And then it goes down to 2 after that with Miami and a couple others that's been in and out of the playoffs lately.
I mean, it's not like some of like 4 or 5 years. That's not surprising. But when you get to like a decade, like that's where you're going. All right, dude, what's up with your franchise? I mean, even bad franchises should get lucky once every 5 or 6 years and get a wild card spot and have a season. But if you're consistently bad where it's 10, 15 years, it's like your organization has massive issues. I mean, even the Bears, we went 18, 20, took 5 years, had organizational issues, and then got back in it. So 5 years, that's not terrible.
5 years or less is not bad.
No.
But when you start getting into 8,
Yeah.
15,
Yeah, 6 or
stuff like
7,
that.
you're starting to go, okay, wait a minute. By 8, 10, 15, you're like, yeah, the red flags and the klaxon should be blaring. And
When was the 2010, 15 years ago?
but JB, you want to know what's almost as bad though? I think this in one way this may be even worse. Going to the playoffs for 10 years and not winning a single playoff game in 10 years.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I know.
Like you go to the playoffs every year and you keep losing every year.
I know.
That
That was the biggest reason why Tomlin walked away. And he actually stepped away himself. Like he was not fired. His
Right.
contract is still valid. If he decides to come back, he has 2 years left with Pittsburgh.
and that kind of helped out the organization who was feeling the pressure from the fan base because they had not won in 10 years. I mean, which is worse, going to the playoffs every year and not winning or just not going to the playoffs?
In a way, it's both. Not going to the playoffs means you have generational dysfunction from the front office to the bottom of the players. And let's face it, we're talking about the Jets who let Sam Darnold walk out the building, go to San Francisco, then to Carolina, and then Minnesota, and now Seattle, and finally win a Super Bowl. It's more of a detriment to that organization than it is the Minnesota Vikings to me.
If you're the Jets, though, for a big part of that, you're dealing in a division that has Buffalo and New England, and New England was part of that in their dynasty. And then, so I get a little bit on them. Yeah, they're dysfunctional. Don't get me wrong, but the factors you can't control, like the other teams. I get that plays into it too, right? But dude, in 10 years, you'd figure you could at least be a good enough team where maybe you're not even winning the division. Maybe you're coming in third place in the division, but you're still getting to the playoffs, right? If you got 2 really good teams in front of you. Look at the NFC North, all winning teams. Yeah, only 2 of them are in the playoffs this year, but all winning teams. I fully suspect that any one of those 4 teams are going to get in the playoffs next year. I don't know. That's you got issues. And we see how bad the Jets' issues are because, I mean, how many times have they revamped their entire staff?
Right now, I think it's going to be one of two players. They're either going to sign Malik Willis to be their starter over Justin Fields, and it makes perfect sense to do that. Or they're going to draft Trinidad Chambliss probably in the second round.
If they draft that kid in the second round, Fields probably starts to start the
Right,
year at least.
right. He'll
Um,
start and have a chance again. They do have a new OC, new passing game coordinator, new DC. They've got new everything other than head coach. And I think this is
I
Aaron
just
Glenn's
saw something.
put up or shut up year. Alex Van
Well, then
Pelt.
Kyle Murray, they're looking at,
Alex Van Pelt is now
there you go. Browns.
the OC of
Go ahead, JB. I'm sorry.
the Falcons.
This was released this morning, last night, 11:43 in the evening. The Dolphins, Browns, and Steelers are the three teams showing the most interest in Malik Willis right now. A lot of people have been linking the Dolphins because their head coach came from Green Bay. The Browns and Steelers are interesting to me. But for the Jets, like if they're planning this to draft in the second round, then Justin doesn't get to start like JB said. The problem they have is not the quarterback per se, but their lack of an O line, their lack of other things, and getting a quarterback doesn't necessarily fix it. Look at the Raiders; like they're going to get their quarterback, but they still have an O
I'll be right
line.
back.
Yep, they have an O line that needs a lot of issues. Mac Jones, Brent, is interesting, because the 49ers would like to retain him as a backup. But you know what? I could see he's gonna want to start like Malik Willis, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about the Colts for Malik Willis or Mac Jones because the other Danny Dimes, he might be out for half the season. Free agency is gonna be interesting, man. I know we got the combine coming up like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever.
Yep, a week and a half. 12 days
free
away, I'll
agency-
be there.
Free agency though, like Mac Jones, like where he goes or Malik goes, is going to shake up draft plans. Khalil Mack could shake up draft plans. Yeah, man. I mean,
So, out of those teams that I named, who do you think breaks the playoff streak first? The Jets, the Falcons, the Colts, the Saints, the Cardinals, Raiders, or Titans?
I think the Falcons and the Colts could both get it next year.
I don't know about the Falcons. And the Giants just signed Brian Callahan to be their passing game coordinator. And I think that's a brilliant move.
Well, the Giants could get in too. I mean, there's a couple of teams that could break that, but like the Falcons have the talent. They just needed better coaching, so they can get it.
I think it's the Colts. If they re-sign Danny Dimes and he comes to form playing like he
well,
was.
Danny Dimes is under contract, isn't
No,
he?
he's not. No, it was
But
a
he's
one-year
injured.
deal.
Yeah, and he's injured, but I think they'll sign if they go Jones and Jones, Mac Jones and Daniel Jones, and have Mac Jones start the year. And if he keeps the job, he keeps the job. If not, they have Danny Jones coming back. They like once again until Daniel Jones went down, they were looking like they were going to be a playoff team. So they're on the cusp. The Giants, they got some great guys on defense. They've got their quarterback apparently, and their running back, and they've got a good wide receiving core with Neighbors when he comes back. They can make noise in the East. Who are the other teams?
Oh, okay. You've got the Jets, like I said, the Falcons, the Colts, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Titans.
The Saints, the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Titans are the four we haven't addressed. Okay. The Saints were a tough out last year. They could surprise
Look at who
some
they
people.
beat in that division. Look,
They could surprise some people.
They
The
beat
Cardinals-
both the teams that won it.
The Cardinals were in a tough division. They were a tough out for a lot of people, but they're looking to make quarterback moves. Probably not. The Raiders probably not. The Titans, they're interesting. because they've got their quarterback, they've got a good defense. We know they have good players on their defense. They
Uh,
could make a move in that division.
they will
Yeah,
never start Anthony Richardson again with the Colts. They already talked
no,
about cutting ties after June 1st with them this year because it
yeah.
makes it so it clears cap. Ryan Carter, it is a pleasure to meet you. Send me an email. Like I said, smoking with no G, Jeremy B at gmail.com, and I'll invite you on right now. I have no problem with that. I love talking to Lions fans.
Or if you hit
I
me
have,
up on X, I'll send you the link on X at right there on the screen. Talking Sports AT on X. Send me a friend request, and then I'll send you accept it and send you the link right back.
but yeah,
We have
I
multiple
love
ways.
talking. Right. And I'll make you a permanent part of my Friday show at 9 p.m. The Lions Fan Cave chat if you want. We go live every Friday at 9. It goes live into Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble for now, and the Huddle Sports Network, which is actually a TV app on Roku and Fire Stick.
Yeah, we're gonna keep Rumble for at least a month. I might, I'm probably gonna keep Rumble longer. We picked up like 2
You were
people last week. I'll give it.
woohoo! So
Rumble.
we're
I
growing
think Rumble
everywhere.
will pay. I think Rumble will pay off for us more because when we do like the draft, when you're on for like 8 hours, because with Rumble it's like they're weird. It's funny for those who look at what JB and I do here, and a little behind the curtain. So every platform is different in how it pushes you. X is just screwed up right now. I love X, but it's screwed up.
Yep.
Rumble is more suited for people with like 5, 6 hour long streams, where our format's an hour. So like we don't
Right.
do good on YouTube and Rumble per se because YouTube is more about produced stuff versus live stuff. So if you're ever thinking about doing this, man, there's a lot of
There's a
JB and I
lot
just
to
don't care.
learn.
We do what we do, but I mean,
But the reason why our channel is growing now on YouTube is because I started doing the shorts.
yeah, yeah,
Let's put it this
because of the
way.
produced stuff.
I had
Yeah.
I had 60,000 views as of December 10th when I started making my shorts. Do you know how many I have right now, Ken?
Hmm.
146,000 views total. I went up that much in 2 months. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing is I'm focusing on my YouTube until I get enough followers on my X. I'm not going to pay for the blue check mark because it doesn't do anything for me because you don't get monetized until you have the right amount of people involved and everything else. And you know what I'm talking about, Ken. And I'm just
Oh yeah.
and all I really post there is my articles. I went to school for broadcasting and sports analytics 13 years ago. I had some trouble with life and got away, but just started my own channel a month ago. I have about 112 subs. That's a great start.
Hey,
I
Lions Hard
had
Count. What's your X? Okay, 'cause I just tried to look you up at Lions Hard Count. That's
uh,
obviously
his
not your X.
name is Ryan Carter. It might come up under that. Yay, good. I hope she gets out. I know she's been dealing with her breathing treatments and stuff. I hope that gets better for her. I know it's been a long road for your niece. I'm glad your dad got home a week or two ago.
There's a bunch of
I'm
Ryan
glad that
Carter.
Patty Grimes, whose brother lost his house in the fire in Grand Blanc a week and a half ago, has insurance and they're put up in a hotel.
There's a lot of
That is,
Ryan Carters on X. So
yep, that's a very good start. But I just got into shorts because I'm just an old head. I used to just go live, and it was very slow growing until recently. You can tell Ken can vouch for it
yep.
because he's been a part of my channel now for almost 2.5 years.
Yeah,
But
my main X account, which I'm still trying to get back, believe it or not. I haven't heard of an X Sports is terrible. I had over
I
ten
live
thousand
I live in
on there.
Burton, right here, just outside of Flint. And if you've
And
ever watched my show before, my old sponsor was Brandon's Tire, where I work, and I used to say, "Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good."
yeah, X is a weird animal. You're not gonna make X on money as a streamer. I was monetized on X on my main account because of non-show related stuff. So yeah, it gets interesting. Um, Okay, was it it's Ryan Carter LH?
LHC. Well, make sure you check out Smoking Jeremy. That's me on Twitter. Uh, Talking Sports 18 is Ken the Bear fan. Follow Honolulu Blues and put hashtag One Pride every time you go live. When you go into your Twitter, it'll help. It'll drive views to you from Lions fans because that's what.
There we go.
Uh,
Ryan, there. Ooh, Lions Heart. 6
yep.
following, 0 followers. What? I'm your first follower.
Yeah, and
What?
I'm not on my X right now, but I will follow you right after the show. But it is that time of the show where I do what I love to do, and I know you hate doing this, Ken, but if you want to be a part of it, you can. Would you like to be GM of the Bears for one mock draft?
Oh, you're mock drafting? Yeah, I'm out.
I knew it.
I mean, look at. I mean, but you know, so folks understand. Like for me, man, some people love mock draft. I get it. I get the appeal. For me, I'm just like, I like to wait. Me personally, I like to wait till after 2 or 3 days into free agency because free agency just changes the landscape so much. It almost invalidates every mock. Well, it does. It
Oh
invalidates
yeah,
every mock draft I've ever done.
it, it,
So,
it, it invalidates all the people that don't actually pay attention to the team needs. If you actually think about it, because a lot of times your free agencies they don't they don't really pay attention to team needs. They're looking for people to fill rosters 90% of the time because out of that top 50 free agents, you might have 20 hit free agency.
well, like last year, at this point last year, I was like, we're drafting. Remember JB? I'm like, we're drafting O line, O line, O line, and then more O line. And then what did we draft? Uh, Tight end, receiver, linebacker, then O line. And I
And
was
another
like, because we
receiver.
went out, we traded for 2 linemen and signed one. So
Right.
it was just like my whole draft got kaputzed
Yeah.
at that point. So
But congratulations. You had the protector of the year in Joe Thuney.
yeah, we did. What a that's and that was the I was surprised that was the first time they did that award. So I hope there's no curse that goes along with it for next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I was gonna do a mock draft right now for the Bears, I'd be like drafting an edge. And well, my needs right now are edge and safety because well, I don't have any safeties on contract. And I need an edge. And then watch. In free agency, we're gonna sign our guys back at safety. And watch, they'll get a free agent signing at edge that's gonna be like, oh, or something, and it'll just blow my whole thing out of the water. So I like to wait. It's
so
less brain power I have to use, I guess. But I'll
I
let
don't
you
know
get
if
to it, brother. I just wanted to
yep,
check on some things and give you an update on the X thing. You are streaming on X right now and doing
great.
okay. The number's not showing really, but yeah,
Right.
you're it's hopefully they'll fix it. So all right, brother. I'll see you soon.
Right.
I'll see you tonight.
Yep, because it is about that time. I'm setting it up so I'm ready to rock.
Yep.
PFN,
You guys have
SN
fun in
show.
mock.
What's funny is I don't think we're going edge in the first or second round, anyways, with the holes on the O line. I think even if we sign vets, we need to draft that for depth for the future of the team. So I think edge is going to be more of a day 3 pick, in my opinion, because they might re-sign AQM. I think Sewell would have got it if we won our division or if we won more games and made the playoffs. I think Sewell would have got it hands down. But because we weren't in the playoffs is why it went the way we did. So let's do this mock because I know how much most of my fans love it. And I approach it from a different prospect than most people do. All right. So and away we go. All right. So look at that. Denver wants to trade up. And the other team that wants to trade up is the Bengals. That would give us 2 seconds. I don't like that one. This one would do that, but we got to give up pick 155, which means we don't have a 5th rounder. We only have 1 5th rounder. We have 2 4ths, we have 2 6ths, and we have a 7th. But it gives us a first and another second that we could possibly trade back. Would you guys take this trade? I'm going to ask that right now. Would you take that trade? And I get it, Lions hard count. Ryan, it is. Um, like I said, if we'd have got to the playoffs or if we'd have won our division, he probably would have got it hands down. That's the only trade I'm considering. It's outside the division. It still gives us a first round pick. It's late. It gives up the fifth rounder, but we get another second rounder that gives us 3 picks in the first 2 days. But Caleb Lomu is here, but he's a right tackle. Let's look at this realistically first. Caleb Lomu is a right tackle. Caden Proctor is more of a right tackle than a left tackle. Monroe Feeling is the first, I believe, right tackle on the board. Or left tackle on the board. Yes, he is. Who technically is the 25th prospect. And then you get down here and you get to the guard. They say guard's a need, but I personally think it's tackle and center more than it's guard. I think I'm going to take that trade, the Denver trade, because it helps us next season too. Yeah, I'm not taking either one of these. So let's go here. Offense, OT. We got Caleb Tiernan. Let's see what the prospect says on him. I love Max Ahinacor. Profiles as a swing tackle or a right tackle. Or a starter at guard. Blake Miller. Look at him. He's a zone blocker, which is something we use. Then there's Gabriel Wagner, and there's no write up on him. I did a write up on Ahinacor. I love Ahinacor. He had a great Senior Bowl, originally from Nigeria, but he's a natural right tackle. So let's go to the edge room. Let's see who's here at the top end. You got TJ Parker, 6'3", 265. It looks like he's more of a 3-4 guy or a hybrid 4-man front. Zion Young, which a lot of people are high on. I'm not. I love Danny Dennis Sutton. I really love Gabe Jacobs and LT Overton. Let's see. I say we get Vega Ione. Let's go. And at 50, I'm not trading back there with either one of these. We can take Jennings Dunker, but they moved him to guard in here because he projects as a guard. I'm going Logan Jones. I'm fixing our center room. Now, this gives us 2 late day round 3 picks, 81 and 88. We're at pick 62. Let's go look and see who's available here. Julian Neal out of Arkansas, 6'1", 202 pounds. Carson Beck, I wouldn't. Trinidad Chambliss, another short. Nicholas Singleton, who was the Robin to Batman. Daryl Jackson, Kevin Moore, D'Angelo Pounds. Let's see who's at the offensive tackle that actually projects. Translates to guard. I think he's the one that stays right at projected as interior flex. See what I mean? There's not a lot of true tackles in this. That's the first one that they said. I think I'm taking the trade. And I'm going to surprise and shock the world here. I'm not trading back anymore. All right. D'Angelo Pound, Murray Ramsey. I'm going Kilgore. I think he's one of the best safeties this draft that's not getting a lot of hype. Even though it says it's not a need, I think linebacker's a need, and I'm going Hosea Trouter out of Missouri, of the Trotter family. At 118, Traden Stukes just went. There went my corner that I love. Edge, we got a few here. He looks like he's more of an outside linebacker. Max Llewellyn, outside linebacker. He's tall, but Nadame Tucker, 6'3", 250. You're getting into where you're talking that late. Let's go linebacker. 3 in York. I love Lander Barton. And look, he's in there twice. That's crazy. But 6'4", 233, off-ball linebacker, decent in coverage, excellent size, good twitch. He's not much of a sideline-to-sideline defender, but he's a hell of a tackler and good against tight ends. I'm going Lander Barton. Next pick will be 180. Reed Sapp already went. Dante Corleone's gone. Offense. Tackle. Diego Pounds out of Ole Miss. He's actually a left tackle. It's the first pure left tackle I've seen on the board. Yep, I got it. Let me get you a link. You can come on in and join me and you can talk about what I'm doing here. It's just I wasn't looking at my Gmail tab at that moment. At this point, we got to get a corner. Ephesians price up. I did a write-up on this guy. 6'3", 194. Well, he's very good in zone and does well in press man coverage. He does get lost every now and then with his hip swivel, which is kind of stiff at times, but he's an excellent in-air ball defender. I'm taking him at 212. I'm going back to linebacker. I'm reaching down a little bit. I love this guy, and I'm going to show you why. So, yes, I sent you the link, Ryan. You're more than welcome to hop in for the last few minutes. But he's 6'5" and 242. He came into college his freshman year at 6'1" and 205 to 210, was a safety, and he started growing. And by year 3, he was 6'3" and 230 pounds. Now he's 6'5" and 242. They use him in the linebacker / cheetah role, which is in the box. We're going to be missing Brian Branch at least till the end of October, early November with that Achilles tear and the surgery he had on it. Because he said, I don't want you to just repair it. I want you to improvement, which that could be just him talking shit. But that's who I'm taking. This guy right here. And this is where you start building your depth. I hit all the needs. So I can go tight end if I want, but you got Nate Bolkercher. You got Riley Nowakowski is the guy I love. Or I go for the backup QB of the future. And the reason why I like this guy, 6'5", 240, out of Minnesota State University, Moorhead, the Dragons. He does a lot of things that Jared Goff doesn't, but he also has the smarts to go with it. What he has to work on is his mechanics. And with Mark Brunell in the backfield, I like the pick. All right. So I'm going to remove this from the stage and remove it from there. And I am going to set it up so I can get Ryan in here because I see him in backstage. And let's welcome Ryan Carter. How you doing, Ryan?
Okay. For some reason, I can't hear a thing.
Can you hear me now?
I can see, I can hear or see, but I cannot hear anything. So let me try to tweak this around a little bit. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
hear
go
me
ahead
at
and
all.
mess with your settings. I can hear. I hear you. I
Okay.
hear you. I hear you. Oh. So let me download this. We ended up with 9 picks plus the extra pick for next season. I'm hoping he hops back. Will Vogel, good to see you, brother. Yes, tonight, the NFL talk. Yes, NFL Roundtable talk. 100%. MDE will be here tonight. He better be. He's got to own up to his bet. Be a man of his word, like he says. Yeah, I'm calling you out, MDE. I'm hoping Ryan pops back in. You good, sir, on the NFL Roundtable talks tonight. I'm hoping Ryan pops back in. It looks like he didn't have his output to his headphones or his soundboard, and I think that's all it was. He has to fix that. I've done that before. So, Ryan, if you're out there, make sure you fix that. So, let's get this draft up on the screen that we just did. Now, I had to go a little different route than usual. There was no true left tackles on the board. So, I went Vega Ione at guard, Logan Jones at center. And right now, we don't know if Decker's retiring or not, or if we're even going to cut him. Because we can't cut him until June 1st, because that's when it's going to save about $18 million. Jalen Kilgore, safety out of South Carolina. Hosea Trotter, linebacker. Let's see if this works now.
Okay, let's see if everything's working.
Hey, can you hear me now, Ryan?
Yeah, standing on that Verizon hilltop.
Yeah, I hear why I know what you're talking about. I always say when I have internet issues that Xfinity.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you great.
I
heard you the last time.
Yeah, but, I couldn't figure it out. Like I had to go in and since I'm hooked up to my mic, I had to go in and make sure my output settings were going through that. So
right, and that's what it is. Like if you got a soundboard that your stuff's hooked into, the output has to go to that same soundboard. It took me a while when I first started. Once I got one, because I used to just buy the mics that had the headphones with the mic built in, but half of them are so cheap. Half of them are so cheap you get a hot mic because they're made for gaming, not for broadcasting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
I mean, I got the Shure MV7 I use, but I had I had some other mics like they just I gave them to my kid.
So I got a funny story about back when I used the hot mic. I used to be a part of a show called Detroit Lions on the Prowl on Fridays with guys that graduated from Full Sail Broadcasting School. They were one of the oldest YouTube programs. And one of the guy that founded it, Jim Bordeaux, found me through my Lions page and said, "Hey, you're actually a really intelligent Lions fan. Would you be a part of our free for all? Normally we just have podcasters, but I'd love for you because of your knowledge just to be on there." And I was like, this was 2021. And I was like, sure. And I joined them and we started talking and I had that hot mic on and their show was at 11 a.m. on Fridays, in which at that time I worked all day. So I would take my lunch at 11 and just smoke cigarettes outside, drinking Mountain Dew, talking Lions football. And one of the guys, they could hear me breathing. And it was because it was so hot and humid that summer.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't because I was smoking. It's because it was hot and humid. I was tired from
right.
At the tires before the show. And he said, "Man, you're wheezing so bad. You sound like Darth Vader. I'm going to start calling you Smoking Jeremy B." And it's stuck ever since.
Hey, there you go, man. Yeah, I just I don't have like right now I'm still kind of arranging a room right now to get a background set up and things like that so I can, do my live setup. But yeah, I
Hey,
like what you got going there.
this
It's
year,
hard for me to see because I'm just running off my phone right now. My laptop, it's still charging. And
so
I was
this
just
is a custom, one of those Walmart Nutcracker foam things, and
uh-huh.
my guy painted it up to look like me, and it's literally Little Smoking Jeremy B.
Nice. 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 There you
Custom
go.
helmet.
All
The
right.
two signatures you see here, that's Barry Sanders, of course. This is I'm on Ross St. Brown. I've got Charles Harris and Eric Hipple too. So yeah, I've been around.
Hipple.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm my dad's he put me into the Lions well, for a while it was Lions heartbreak for, since I
decade.
was 5 years old, you know what I mean? And I guess him sticking with it kind of kept me sticking with it. I never jumped off the bandwagon. I can't stand You know what? A lot of people got, if I can say something just real quick, a lot of people got
Sure.
offended like on that St. Brown thing where he said some of the fans, they don't know football. And I said something on my thing and I said, the only people that should be offended by that are the ones that don't know football.
Yes. And I said he said the right thing, but he went around about the wrong way of saying it.
I think
That's what
I
I was
think he
saying.
said it spur of the moment and it got
Right.
taken out of context. And I think, I don't think he meant it to come off the way it did,
Right.
and you know how people like to jump on it. Um,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what your primary focus was today, but something I keep seeing, man, and I've done more than my share of videos that I really wanted to do on it. And I'm sure you probably already know what I'm going to ask you about who I'm going to ask you about.
Max
But
Crosby.
yeah,
How'd I know?
it
I
keeps looking like it could happen if they do the
but
Jared Goff
it,
fluctuates.
unfortunately, if you think about it, it can't happen. And the reason why,
It's
even if we cleared 118 million worth of cap, you
I
still
know.
have 18 million dedicated just to the draft coming in. We still have to redo Campbell, Gibbs,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got
Branch,
all them guys.
Laporta. So
Well,
if you
that's
add
where it
all
comes
that up,
down. Well, that's where it comes down.
it's
We
saying, do you want these four guys to be resigned or not?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're talking.
Well, the unfortunate situation is if you want Max Crosby, somebody you love has to go.
Yeah, two of them at minimum to
Yeah,
cover the
yeah.
amount of salary he takes because
Um,
he's already in that $40 million a year range. And
I
this
know
is why
the
I caution this. You know, last year, even though he was only out the last two games, he had less
right.
sacks and less pressures than AQM.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's face it, AQM started the exact
AQM
same
was
amount of times.
dude.
AQM started the exact same amount of games because Marcus Davenport started the first two games.
I'm
So
going to be
you have to
honest with you.
take it into consideration.
I like him way better than Davenport, man. God, he's so
Oh
much
yeah,
better.
100%.
He
I want
is.
Gavin Poop, as I've been calling him for the last two
That guy,
seasons,
man.
needs to be
Just cut
fired
that
into the
shoulder
sun.
off and get rid of him.
Well, it wasn't the shoulder 2 years ago. It was in the Arizona game. It was a bad
Yep.
chop to his arm by Paris
Yep.
Johnson Jr. that took out his UCL. And
Mm-hmm.
there's guys that put it in frame by frame. He didn't hit him that hard. I said, yeah, frame by frame. Put it in real speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Put
He
it in
literally
real
karate
speed.
chopped his UCL. He
I
literally
mean,
grabbed his arm, twisted, and karate chopped it.
yeah.
But Pat Roswell,
Yeah.
it's great to see you here. I'm up to 629 subs, and it's because
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm
That's
the no
awesome,
bullshit
man.
guy. I'm the no bullshit guy.
That's kind of
I look at it, I dissect it, I look at it, and I go, money wise.
I do the best I can. I don't really do any long form content yet. This is actually my first time going live on YouTube at all. Now, I
Yep.
mean, I went to school for broadcasting at ABS in Specs Howard 13 years ago.
Right.
Did sports
My little
analytics.
brother did that about the same time. He actually went into broadcasting for the Banana here locally in Burton.
Yep, the banana. Yeah.
Yep. Tree Riddle, the William
Gotcha.
Bill Riddle. That's my little brother, and
Gotcha.
he
Okay.
he had his own program on Sunday reviewing local artists when they would reveal an album, and that was really
Nice.
kind of cool. And then he became the internet director, writing articles and posting all their contact online. And
Good
now he
deal.
works for GM. He got out of it because GM paid him twice as much for doing 8 hours of
So,
work and going home
so
after 40 hours.
are you GM? So are you in the Flint area then?
Yes, I am in Burton.
Okay, Burton. Dude, I used to work for M&M Pavement Marking out of Burton, Michigan.
I know who you're talking about. The guys that
Do you
paint the
know who I'm
lines and all
talking
the
about?
all the parking lots, all that stuff. Yeah, they do all of them in this area.
I
Painted all
used to
of
work.
Portland Center like 20 years ago.
I worked at Dave Lawler, the owner of the company. I worked for him directly from him. Shit, for like 12 years, man. That is the worst job. Oh,
So
but
I do this Monday through Friday at noon. And now that you got the link, that's a permalink.
okay. All right, I'll keep it in
So
there, man.
if you save it in your browser, into your bookmarks, if you ever want to join me and you're free, you're more than welcome to.
Dude,
But
I'm free every day. I'm free every day, man.
Friday night at 9, I invite all the Lions fans I can. I usually get at least 2, if not, I have 6.
Am
And
I
we
okay
just
to
go
hit my
over the
vape
news.
on here?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm an 18 and up channel.
Yeah, me too.
That's why
Yeah.
in the summertime I'm outside and I'll smoke cigarettes while live. I don't care.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. See,
I don't even turn my camera off. I don't hide it. My name is Smoking Jeremy B for a reason. I
yeah,
smoke
it's
cigarettes.
literally smoking. So I mean, no, it's I just had to check.
How do you like that logo that's up there in the corner?
Your logo?
Yeah, Smoking Jeremy B up here on the right.
Oh yeah, no, I was checking that out. I like it, man. It's I'm, like I said, I'm streaming from my phone, not my laptop right now, so it's kind of I ain't got my glasses on either. Where the hell did I put those anyway?
But I got to get off here because I do have to go to my day job here shortly. Shout out your channel real quick, Lions Hard Count. I see that. Rex Carter, it's great talking with you. I would love to do this more in depth on more topics. So
yeah, man.
Friday night or tomorrow at noon, whatever you want. You're more than welcome to join me.
Yeah, man, definitely. I would love to do it. Like I said, I just turned a month old. I finally decided to do it. I did mental health before this, and that's a scary situation to get into.
Amen.
Yeah, I just started Lions Hard Count about a month ago. I'm only at 112 subs, but I got 77,000 views. I just I'm raw and but I'm optimistic too. I'm optimistic. You know what I mean? I'll put it that way. I love Detroit Lions.
So real quick before I gotta hop out of here, I got one little key tidbit to add. Remember last year we had a first place schedule and the Bears had a fourth place schedule. That fourth place schedule is 3 teams. They went 2-1 and won 2 of those games by a total of 3 points and lost the other one by 10 to a fourth place scheduled team.
I did a short like a few days ago about that exact.
So if you flip that, which is what's going to happen this year, we went 1-2 against top teams.
Yeah. And flip that against teams that ain't so good or lower level fourth place teams.
And 7 of our teams have brand new coaches and schemes.
We're going to ball out, man.
And granted, the Bills are still a very talented roster. I'm taking.
Oh yeah. You can't count them guys out at all. I mean, them guys, jeez.
I want to say what I say to end every show to my fans. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Because if we don't change ourselves, you cannot change the world. But thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for a minute. I want you to see my outro. Have a great day, everybody.
Us higher with a grin and a laugh. He's got the
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.